What's up, nerds? I'm Becca Tyler, and welcome back for another season of Create Your Character. I hope everyone had a wonderful winter break, but I know at least here in the state of Ohio, the snow was a little delayed, except for just recently. So with the Snowmageddon we had, along with the polar vortex splitting, I decided to go for a cosplay that's a little on the cooler side. That's right, the guy that does winter best, Jack Frost. So, enough of my talking, let's head to the drawing board. Alright, so to start off this cosplay, we're going to be making Jack's staff, which is crucial to his look. To make the overall structure, I will be constructing the staff using PVC pipe. I'm starting off with 6 pieces of 2-foot pipe, each being 3/4 inches in diameter. You will also need 2 straight connectors, 1 90-degree connector, and 3 45-degree connectors, as well as 3 end caps. Since Jack's staff is taller than he is, I kinda had to guesstimate how tall to make my staff according to my own height. For the straight part of the staff, I connected 2 of the 2-foot pieces together with a straight connector, then cut one of the 2-foot pieces in half with a PVC pipe cutter, and connected one of those pieces using a straight connector to create a 5-foot stick. After you're done piecing the straight part together, put a cap on one end and a 45-degree connector on the other. For the hook part of the staff, you will need to cut 4 different sized pieces of pipe. You'll need 2 6-inch pieces, a 4-inch piece, and a 3-inch piece. First, you're going to connect one of the 6-inch pieces to the longer stick part of the staff. After that, place a 45-degree connector on the other end of that part and attach the 4-inch piece. Connect the last 45-degree connector, then attach the other 6-inch piece. And lastly, attach that 90-degree connector and the 3-inch piece of PVC and cap it all off. This next part is optional. I'm cutting a 2-inch piece of pipe to hot glue onto the bottom of the hook, just like Jack's in the film. But otherwise, your staff will look something like this when the base is finished. For the next part, we're going to want to create some dimensions to the staff so it looks more whimsical and less like a bunch of PVC pipe stuck together. I'm twisting some tissue paper and winding it up around the staff and adhering it with clear packing tape. Next, to create a smooth base for the next step, I'm going to be wrapping that same packing tape all the way up the staff, over the tissue paper. The rest of this staff part will be very messy, so be prepared for that. I'm going to be taking paper mache powder and mixing it into roughly a ½ gallon of water. Stir it until it gets to be thick and smooth. Next, I'm going to be taking that mix and applying a thin layer to the rest of my tissue paper. This will give the staff a more solid looking form and it will be easier to paint. When combining the mix and the paper, I found it was easy to lay the paper on the staff where I wanted it and applied the paper mache using my fingers. This makes sure that the tissue paper doesn't get oversaturated, which could be a problem since this kind of paper is more delicate than if I already used newspaper like normal paper mache. An optional tip I want to mention is to avoid putting paper mache over where the pipes of the straight part of the staff connect. This will allow you to disassemble it easily for travel purposes. After the staff is fully coated, let it sit overnight to dry. After it's dried, it's time to paint. I'm going to be using all acrylic paints for this. First, I will be going over the entire staff using dark brown paint. Next, after that layer has dried, I'm going to be taking a light golden brown and winding it around the staff. Lastly, I'm going to be taking white paint, and instead of brushing it on like I did the last 2 colors, I'm going to be using a stippling motion so it looks more frosty. Then after all that, let it sit and dry. Next, I'm going to cover how to create Jack's hoodie. I'm going to take a plain dark blue hoodie and adding white fabric paint to it. I'm going to be creating squiggly lines in a vein-like pattern to create a frosted effect, and at the bottom of the design, make sure to blend out the white. You will be doing this for the chest, front pockets, and the ends of the sleeves. And then for added frostiness, I smudged out some of the white along the edge of the hood. Alright, so the last part of this cosplay I will be covering is his pants. For this you will need a pair of leggings or skinny jeans. You will also need some elastic band and some brown, white, blue, and optionally sparkly silver acrylic paints. First, I will be cutting the pants to the desired length of Jack's. Don't worry about making the cut even, they're supposed to look jagged. Next, take some hot glue and attach the elastic band around the bottom of the pants in a zigzag design to mimic the strappy look at the bottom of Jack's pants. When it comes to painting them, you're going to want to start out by coating them in that dark brown paint. You can easily use fabric paint, but I wasn't able to find the right colors, so acrylic works as well. It'll just be a bit stiff after it dries, so you'll have to break them in. After all that painting, take your white and blue paints and add them to the bottom of the pants in an uneven stippled pattern to give them a frosty look. I also smeared some of the sparkly paint on my thighs for an added frosty effect. And after all that paint and time waiting for it all to dry, you finally have your Jack Frost cosplay outfit. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Well, that's all I have for this character. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to suggest another character or cosplay tip for me to cover, don't be afraid to tweet me at ZTVGoofingOff with the hashtag CreateYourCharacter. Remember, I'm Becca Tyler, and I'll see you the next time around on Create Your Character.